Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I'm looking at a relatively new product from Galen Leather. Galen Leather is a Turkish leather goods company. They make a bunch of things like pen cases and notebook cases and everyday carry stuff, and their range is amazing and their service is incredible and the people are wonderful. And I love looking at their stuff, and I'm so grateful for their support of this channel. Today we are looking at this. This is the Expansi Folio Leather Wide A5 Zip Folio. That's a lot of words. Basically, it's an A5 zipper folio, and this is the sort of expanded version of it. Now, why is it expanded? Well, this is my original Crazy Horse Brown version of the folio. I love this. Love this. You can see how much it's been used. This has been used for a number of years now, and I just think it's fabulous. And I use it for things like my Hobonichi and all of that kind of stuff. But what you see is this expanded version is, well, it's expanded. It's wider. So basically the issue with this original version was always if you wanted to carry a notebook in there and then using the little pen holder that's down into there, once you put those things in, it got a bit tight. Like you had pens pushing onto the notebook and it just became hard to sort of close and zip up. So I tended to not use this pen holder in here, but put a couple of pens in these loops just where I needed to, and just mainly focus on the notebook. And I'd have like my Hobonichi or something in there, and I've used it a lot for that. And so now I have this version, which is in the Crazy Horse Forest Green, which is a more sort of a smoother Crazy Horse leather, but it is the expanded version. And on the inside, I've already got it loaded with a few bits and pieces. You can already see that it's got this sort of wider spine. I've been using a notebook in here, but I'm going to show it with a few other things and talk about some parts and features, all that kind of stuff. But you can see already that this is going to have more space so that you can just zip it up easier. Now, yes, that will mean that it takes up more space in your bag. But I think it's still not a huge case. And when you're talking about carrying 4 fountain pens, maybe a couple of other bits and pieces, a notepad or a notebook or a diary or something, this much real estate, it's not so bad really in the scheme of things. And it keeps it all nice and neat in one place, well protected and looked after. So as I said, this is the Crazy Horse Forest Green leather. This is a distressed dark green leather with showing undertones of like lighter greens and like emeralds and things like that. And as you use it more, you get little scuff marks and things, and it just adds a depth to the color. And that leather will soften even more over time. I've been using this for a few weeks, and including like traveling interstate with it, and I've found it to be absolutely brilliant. It's 100% vegetable tanned cow leather, and it's all done very, very well. It's all very, very well made, beautifully sewn and edged and all that kind of stuff. It's got a nice velvet lining, which is very nice. And then the color of this velvet green on the inside versus the exterior green, I really like the sort of the contrast of those. And it's got lots of nice organizational features down to a key loop there, which you can actually very simply remove from that loop as well. If you've got keys on it, you want to take them off, very easy to do. It's just one of those little latches. You've got a spot for something bigger, like maybe a cable or something, a couple of pen slots down the bottom here. You've got the removable 4-pen holder, which is really fantastic. And because Galen Leather make a range of products that make use of this, think of things like the there's that sort of little zipper pen case thing that uses it, and of course the other folios, all that kind of stuff. It's a really good sort of universal size, and 4 pens is a pretty decent amount, and being able to take them out means that you can sort of have ready access to them. You've got a pocket just behind that that's big enough for a small notebook or like a passport or something. Business card holders, as you would have seen before, and then a larger pocket on the side here, which is great for sort of folded papers, or if you wanted to, even some other tech like maybe a Kindle or something like that. The way the notebook goes in is it's got this sort of flap on the side, so you can either put the notebook behind all of that, or if it's got like a long edge binding, or if it's short edge binding, you can put it over the top of this and have it sort of sitting like that rodeo pad I showed you before, and we'll show you again. It's got nice, strong YKK zips with a nice leather pull tab there. They all operate very, very well. It's well constructed, it's well thought out, and this design of the expanded version makes everything so much easier. Before I show you a quick feel of it and then talk about some pros and cons, let's talk about a couple of specific details. Firstly, the price. When I jumped on the website today, it's 149 US dollars, which is about 141 euro or 230-ish Australian. So it's not an inexpensive piece, but in comparison to other leather folios, it is really reasonably well priced, especially with some of those very nice features that are included. The size of this is great. As I said, it holds an A5 notebook or your A5 Hobonichi or pad or something like that. So it's A5 size. It's roughly 18.5 by 23.5 by 4.5 centimeters, which is like 7.3 by 9.2 by 1.77 inches. So it's a standard sort of A5 thick sort of size. Great for carrying, as I said, a few pens, a notebook, a few little bits and pieces, and keeping them all nice and safe when you put this into your bag, your backpack, or into your car or anything like that, or just carrying this on its own if you're traveling meeting to meeting or whatever. It's all right there. So let's now do a quick feel of this. So I'm just going to put a few pens into the pen loops here on the side. So the 4 pens I've chosen are the Jinhao X159, so a big pen, 3 sort of standard-ish size pens, Lamy Safari, Pilot, Metropolitan, and the Hongdian C1, which is one of my favorite pens at the moment. Absolutely love that pen model. Now, you've got these pen loops down the bottom here. I'm going to put a big pen in here, so I'm going to put a Sharpie marker, because I often carry a Sharpie marker with me, and I think that's a great sort of spot to have it, and a Bic 4-color click pen there. Now we've got this larger loop on the top that can be used for any sort of number of bits and pieces. I tend to use it for like a charging cable or something like that, and that fits very nicely sort of just down into that elastic. Now they are elastic. These are elastic loops. These are full elastic. These are elastic with a leather front on them, so they expand nicely to be able to hold all your bits and pieces. Not a worry whatsoever. And we'll just put some business cards down in there. And then just for the sake of the fill exercise, I just have an A6 notebook here from My Goals, which I'm going to slip into that back pocket there. That is an articulated pocket, so you can have easy access to it. This front flap bending back just enough to give you clearance there. As I said, you could put keys or a charm or something on there, depending on what you're into. I'll just show it once again here with the Rhodia so you can see how that works. That just goes over the back cover of that sleeve there, and it sits very comfortably in there. But I'm going to use it with my 2025 Hobonichi here. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to slide that back in there behind all the covers there, and then it fits beautifully and comfortably onto that back cover there. Now, doing this up, you see there are no worries whatsoever. Now you can see that that's comfortably tight. No worries getting it done up, but it's comfortably tight. You would really struggle to get that into the original size of the folio. So this expanded version is great. Now, obviously, the more you carry, the heavier it's going to be, but that is up to you to regulate. It depends what you carry, how much, all of that kind of stuff. So let's talk about a few pros and cons. There is one major con I have with this item, and that is the fact that it's very hard to get it to sit with this back version flat. It's slightly, it's hard to show here on the video, but there's like a gap just under here on the spine, so it doesn't want to sit flat. Maybe that'll soften over time, but it's because this front portion here is quite large, so it's sitting unevenly on the desk. The other issue, of course, with any of these kinds of folios is that when you turn over the page, you're writing on top of whatever you've got here. So that's just something to sort of keep in mind. But there are tons and tons of pros. Firstly, the size. The fact that you have this extra space. You can get all of this together in one place, no worries. Another thing I would like to do, and probably will do occasionally, is have something like the Rhodia pad in here. and then carry a separate small A5 notebook, like a Midori one here, and that will still do up without any issues whatsoever. Lots of good space there. That expanded version just allows you these options without having to worry. It's a really, really solid upgrade from the original version of the Folio. I love the fact that it can carry either a horizontal or a vertical notebook on that back cover. Other brands do similar things, but that design, the simplicity of that is absolutely brilliant. As I said, it can carry your Hobonichi, it can carry a Rhodia pad, it can carry a regular notepad or a, your bullet journal or whatever, and having all these access to all the supplies to be doing that all in one place, it's really, really good. I really, really like the build quality. I love the quality and the precision of the stitching. It's not exactly hand done, but it is hand overseen. So it's not all just like automated machine work. This is done by people, and that's one of the things that I love. And I also have to say, I love the YKK zips. They're strong, they're rugged, they're great. And another advantage of having this removable slot is that you don't have to wrestle past zips and things like that to get your pens in. You can take it out, slot your pens in, and then slot this in very comfortably, and they stay protected. And because these are sort of quite wide elastics, they're held securely in place. It's really, really great. I also love the quality of the leather that Galen Leather use. This forest green Crazy Horse leather is so beautiful. The colors that come through it, the colors that will continue to come through it, the patina it will get from natural life. Like, I'm going to show that Crazy Horse brown on my original Folio. Like, you can see there's like ink stains on it, there's life, there's bits and pieces. Like, it's been lived with, and it's continuing to be lived with. And as I said, I've had this for a number of years now. I did an original review of this, which you can watch. But it's just living so well. And it's one of the things I love about the Galen Leather products is that if you take care of them, they will take care of you and your things. The other thing I have to say is I really like the Galen Leather brand. If you're not familiar, check out their website, check out their backstory. It's quite moving, but it shows what wonderful people the Galen Leather people are, and their customer service is second to none. So head over to the Galen Leather website, check out their socials. I'll link to some of it down below. Check out the Expansi Folio leather wide A5 zip folio from Galen Leather. There's a range of different leathers that can come in. This is the Crazy Horse forest green, as I said. I love it. And I hope you found this video interesting and useful. Please like and subscribe, hit the notifications button, all that kind of stuff. If you've got products you think I should be looking at, or if there's a way you'd like to support the channel, I would love to hear from you. A big thank you to Galen Leather once again for sending this and a number of other things out for review. Your support of my channel over the years has really meant a lot. So, enjoy your gear, enjoy all your journaling supplies and everything all in one nice, convenient spot, and I'll talk to you soon.